John here at 1984 Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing a brisket trim step by step. I'm going to show you how I trim my briskets, okay? And then we're going to make this like maybe a little series or something where we're going to do a brisket trim today. And then I'm going to show you how I inject, what I use to inject, and how I season my brisket, okay? And I'm making maybe a little series or something. Anyways, guys, let's get started on this. Here we go. What I have here, guys, is a little over 20.5 pound full USDA prime brisket. Okay, it is a prime brisket, and I got this at Sam's the other day. It was selling for $2.78 a pound, and I got it for $57.43. Okay, this thing is a monster. All right, I've cooked briskets before, but I've never cooked anything quite this big. This one's 20. My biggest was like 17. Okay. By the time we trim some of this fat off, guys, that I show you in this video, it'll probably be maybe close to 18, 19 pounds. So, okay. So, some things to look for in a brisket. All right. One is, you want to look at the flat. Okay. Let me turn this around for you. The flat. Okay. See how thick this flat is here? Nice thick, and it kind of curves off into a little smaller edge, okay? You want to try to find one that's, trying to find one this thick is kind of hard in a big box store, but sometimes you can get lucky, but this isn't bad. This has got a really good flat on it, guys, okay? That's really good. Something else you're going to look for, too, is the flexibility of it. See how it kind of bends? That's going to tell you how tender your meat is. Now, granted, there's a huge fat here, which we'll get to that in a minute. But I just kind of wanted to show you some things to look for. Something else that I look for, guys, in my brisket is, the point meat, because I love the point, the fatty end of it. I like to make sure it's got a nice point on it, as this one does. But something I always look for, too, guys, is how much fat is on this brisket, like how much hard fat. Like that's one thing I feel for is hard fat, because the more hard fat means the more cutting out means the more less meat that you're getting, and the less hard fat that you have means the more meat that you get. So me, I like to have as much volume or yield out of my brisket than getting hard fat and a lot of fat to trim off. Okay, so anyways, guys, let me get this out of the cryovac and we'll go from there. Brisket and get it out of the cryovac, and I just pat it dry with paper towels, guys. Some people rinse them off. I used to rinse them off my sink, but I just quit doing that. I just pat them dry with paper towels, okay? So here's our brisket. As you can tell, here's what she looks like, okay? Now, you can tell we got a lot of fat here, and we got some silver skin over here. Not a whole lot of silver skin on this one, but silver skin, and then this is what they call the Deco Fat, so it's a really hard piece of fat. We're going to be removing this right here, guys. Okay, and then we're going to flip this bad boy over here, and then we're going to trim on this fat cap. This is the fat cap, guys. Okay, and we're going to want to go about a 1/4 inch. Okay, on the fat cap. That there isn't too bad, so I'm probably going to trim right here. But this is the fat cap here. And it's nice because this is all intact. You don't want to take too much of this off, guys. You do want to take some of the hard spots off of it, though. But we're not going to trim a whole lot of this fat because this will protect our meat from our heat on the cooker. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. So this is the Deco Fat here. I wanted to trim this so you can see a little better. Okay. First and foremost, guys, you want to get a good knife. So I'm going to be using my Cast King knife. Cast King. It's a fillet knife. I think it's a 9-inch blade on it. I know it's kind of overkill, but it flexes. It's got a flexible blade on it, and that's what you kind of want. This knife's a great knife I got on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. I am not affiliated with them. I just think it's a great knife to have. They have different sizes and lengths, but the first thing you want, guys, is a good sharp knife. Good sharp knife, okay? So we're going to come in here, and
sometimes you can run your finger into this. We're going to come in here, and we're just going to kind of give it a nice little slice, just like that. You can kind of see what we got there. So see, there's some of that fat, okay? See, guys, that's what that Deco Fat is. This is nothing but a hard piece of fat. It's not going to render during the cook. Okay? So I'm going to come up here. Give it a nice little slice. Left, I get my fingers in there. I'm just making long strokes with it, nice long cuts. Okay, it goes down in there a little bit. So we're going to take our knife, and I like to just take a nice little straight little cut there. Okay? Kind of put my finger here. And just raise it right on through there like that. See what I'm saying, guys? See that? Knife right through there. Nice straight cuts. Just like that. Alright? So, there's the Deco Fat, guys. You can tell it's got a little bit of meat on it, but that's just hard fat. It's not going to render. Toss that to the side. Okay? Now, I mean, there still is a little bit of hard fat here, guys, but that's okay. We're not going to sit here and do it aggressively. So, we got our Deco Fat off, and I hope you can see that marbling in there from this meat. That's what prime gives you. So, on these particular things, what I like to do is I like to get my knife underneath here, the point of my knife, and that's why I like it. And then I take it, and I just kind of glide it through there. Like this. Nice little glide. And then you can come back and trim some of that off, okay? Just like that. And see, we got a nice... We're not trying to take as much meat off, guys. I mean, we're not doing competition, but I also don't want to waste the meat. So, I try to be very careful. Again, it's what a good knife comes in for. Hang on, guys. Let me bring you in. There we go. I think it's a lot better now. You can at least see what I'm doing. These little strands here, guys. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to come in. Now, some people, when we get to the flat, I'll show you, but this is kind of raised up. So some people come in, they raise the bottom of it up with their hands. I'm just going to take the end of my knife, and I'm just going to try to glide it right along this edge here, just like so. And come back in there. I'm trying not to take too much meat. I mean, I took some meat, guys, but not a whole lot. Do the same thing coming through here. There. Just want to come in there and get that out of there, because that's no good. I mean, if you take a little bit off, guys, it's not going to be the end of the world, but you're trying to save as much as you can on it. Just pop our knife right underneath there and take this little chunk off here. Chunk off there. And smooth it out there. Come along here and just cut. Like that. Come back. Like that. Let's get that off there. Like I said, guys, this it's backyard cook, so you do want to take some of this fat off. Now, this thing had a lot of silver skin on it. That's up to you. But I like to clean my briskets up pretty well. And again, that's just my likings. Especially if I'm serving it to family or I'm doing like a catering or something. I really trim it really good to get all that fat and silver skin off because I don't want people to bite into that. Alright, so see how I'm lifting my brisket up, guys? I hope you can see that. But that kind of helps you get your knife in there a little easier. Then you can come back and just cut that like that. Alright. Same way here, we get our knife in there. Just lightly glide underneath of it. Like so. And then we can come back real lightly. Just trim it. See how it's cleaning up now, guys? Okay? Like I said, you can do this how you want. I like to just take all of this off as much as I can. I mean, I will leave some, but I want the majority of this off here. Now, this is just fat, okay? This isn't silver skin. What they call silver skin, let me show you. See this right here? That's silver skin. This little filmy stuff, that's silver skin, okay? So, get in here so y'all can see. I'm going to try to get my knife in underneath there and just lightly, see that? That's silver skin there. And we'll just come back here. We got a nice little thing. And you can just kind of come back and glide underneath and actually to take off a little bit. Here we go. We'll see. I took a little too much off there, guys. That was my fault, but it looks really divotty from where I cut, but it's really not that bad, guys. Okay? Come in here again with my knife. Get that little chunk off there of this fat. Like I said, guys, you don't want to take too much meat off of it when you trim, but you also don't want to, it's backyard cook. So,
I'm gonna finish getting this flat cleaned up, guys, and then I'll bring you back when I'm done with that. Okay? See, we got our flat pretty well trimmed up the way I like it. So that part's done. So far, let's recap what we've done. We've come in here and we took the Deco Fat out, the hard fat, okay? I mean, there's still a little bit here, and we could be a little more aggressive, but I'm not going to be. I mean, okay? So now our flat is nice and trimmed up the way I like it as far as getting the silver skin off and some fat. I mean, there's a few little pockets right here you could take off. And I just took a big piece of meat there, and I didn't mean to, but you can just kind of glide it down, just like so. And you want to run your hand over top of this. I learned this from Alton over at the Dogfather's Barbecue. I'll leave a link up above. He does a video like this, similar to this too, doing a brisket trim. He does this Texas style, and he shows you all that stuff too. So I'll leave a link in the iCard above. Okay. So anyways, guys, so we got our flat pretty well trimmed up on this big bad boy. Okay, now like I said, we're looking for any more hard fat that might be on this. Okay. So, like right here, and I gotta move it so you can see. There we go.
Alright, so right here is a piece of fat that just is not going to render out very well. So I'm just going to take my knife right there like that, and just kind of cut on it. And it's going to go down further. It's just yucky, nasty stuff we don't want. Okay, that's basically what you look for when trimming a brisket. It's hard fat, getting the silver skin and some big chunks of fat off of that. And just fat that's just not going to render or cook out. Like right here is kind of hard. Again, it's part of that Deco Fat, so I'm just going to come in like so. Yeah, see, that's part of the Deco. Alright, I'm going to come in and just trim that off right there. But see, I mean, that's just hard fat. It's not going to render. Alright, and it does run through here, guys. Like I said, I could be more aggressive with it. But that goes to meat right there. So we done a pretty good job right there getting that out. So I'm just going to take my other hand here and do it like that. And there we go. So see, I mean, it's got a little bit of meat in it, but now we got that piece out. And this kind of gives you an idea. Here's the flat. See, the flat runs right here. This gives you an idea. This is the flat, and this is the point. So that's the two different parts of the meat, okay? The flat and the point. So this kind of gives you an idea of that. All right, let me, oops, sorry. Let me see if I can't get y'all. There we go. Now you can see a little better. Okay. So now, I'm going to kind of work on this point a little bit. So let me rearrange this brisket some. Alright, so now, this is the point here, the point meat. And this isn't that hard, except for right here, so I'm just going to take a little chunk off of it there. And again, I'm not going all nutso. Right there, and then I'm going to take this piece off right here, because it just doesn't look all that appealing. And we're just going to come along there like that. Alright, that looks pretty good. That's a little bit of hard fat. I'm just going to take a knife, just a slow little cut. Not solid, just gliding. Just like that. Alright, so that trimmed that up. That looks good. Like I said, over here on this side, let me see. I can show you, but right here is just nasty. So we're going to get that off. But first, there you go, turn that around for you. Alright, and here, on this brisket here, there's just globs of just nothing but nasty fat. So we're just going to come in, and we're just going to take some slow strokes on it. Kind of get it loose. And we're just going to take all that junk off there. That's just nasty crap you don't want to eat. Look at that. Just nasty. And, so, I get all that kind of trimmed out of there. Knife in there and get that cut. So, I mean, it's not too bad, but we're going to get in there and really get some of that out of there. Not a whole lot, but we're going to make it look a lot nicer. Let's put it that way. There we go. See, that's kind of hard fat there, so we're just going to take our knife and slowly take that off. You see that, guys? That's just icky. Now, I am taking some meat right there, and I don't mean to. But you see what I'm saying? Now we got that in there, and that looks a lot better. Alright. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to flip this up. And see all that, guys? That's just not going to do very well. So we're going to take our knife there. Just cut it right off. Alright. Alright. So now, we're going to, alright, see right here, guys? I don't know if you can see that. Get off camera. There. Alright, see right here? We're going to make this more uniform. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right here, with our knife, and we're just going to make one line, just like that, okay? And I don't know if you can see that, but see how my finger's going through the line now? Alright, we're going to come back in here, same line, and we're just going to glide our knife right on through there. You're probably thinking, why are you taking that off for? Well, there, see? See all that right there? It's just fat. Ain't gonna render out very well. And where they steamed it and cleaned the carcass and everything, kind of hits that. So get that off there. Now we got this nice smooth edge. that we can work with here, okay? So that kind of helps us out. Now, in the front of this brisket, oh, you can't see that now because I got you too far out. All right, let me bring you away here. There we go. Okay. Now, at the front of our brisket here, all right, there's a little chunk here. All right, the grain's running this way, guys. It's running all this way, okay? So when you slice it, you want to slice against the grain. So we're going to slice this way, coming up, okay? Now, some people mark it, some people don't. But some people come along and they make a cut, just like that, like a rounded edge of a cut, okay? Some people do, some people don't. I haven't done it before, so I can't say if it works real well. But this little piece here, I'm going to take off there just to kind of make it round down a little bit. But I'm also going to do, too, guys, and this is how I mark my brisket. Sometimes you can see it, but how I mark my brisket during this cook, like I said, the grain's running this way, okay? So what I like to do is, guys, is like this part here is going to burn, okay? It's going to be real, it's very flat, where this side's real thick, okay? So some people just go ahead and just take this off there completely, all right? But when I'm talking about the round edges, they come along here, and they just kind of round it off, all right? What I like to do is like right here, I like to take my knife and just slice right through there like that. And that lets me know here that that's where I'm going to make my cut, because the grain's running this direction, okay? But that's why I just take the little end off of my brisket. Now, some of this stuff's got a lot of good meat on it, guys, and stuff like that. You can save that and ground it up if you got a grinder. I mean, I've got like 2 whole brisket trimmings downstairs in my deep freezer, so I'm not going to save these today. But you want to make sure that you mark a spot on your brisket. So that's that, all right? We already made our nice cuts here on this side. Got that nice and cleaned up. Over here, we already trimmed that up. So now we're going to flip this over to our fat cap, okay? And I'm going to come right here and I'm going to take this off, this stringy, chewy stuff. Now, I'm not going to go real aggressive on this fat cap because it's going to protect our meat. But like right here, guys, like right in this area here, is like a lot of just nastiness. So I'm just going to take my knife, and I'm going to come right in there like that. And I'm going to get that up there, and I'm going to take it off right there. Okay? And then I'm going to come in here, because I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's, let me bring you in a little closer. But there's like a little blood pocket there. And it's just nasty. It's just like globs of fat. So I'm going to take my knife in. And I'm going to get in there with this. I'm going to come along right here. Trim that up. Just like so. See all that, guys? That's just gross. Get all that off there. Alright. Because you don't want those little blood veins in there. Not that it's going to hurt anything, but it's just, ugh. Alright. Like I said, this is a competition, so we're not going for that. But like all this nastiness, you just want to get off there. It's not going to be any good. Nobody wants to eat that. It's not going to do any good in the cook, so we're just going to take it on off. Now, the fat cap. This fat cap's pretty good. I'm going to run around right here and just trim that off. Right there. I'm not going to do too much trimming here. This is kind of hard, though. So I am going to take a little bit off here, just a tad. Because again, it's not going to render out. You want to do just a light trimming on this, guys. So, I'm just going to come along here and just take a knife. Just lightly go over the fat cap. Like I said, I don't want to do too much on it. But, that doesn't look too bad. I am going to take this little chunk off right there if I can grab it. Now, you want to do this, guys, when it's cold. When the brisket is out of the refrigerator cold, okay? It's a lot easier to work with, and the fat is a lot easier to work with, too. So now, I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see. Alright. There's our fat cap. You can see how thick that is. There is a hard spot right here, so I'm going to take my knife. Just got to trim that down a tad. Like I said, I'm not going to trim too much off of it, but I do want to get it kind of trimmed up here a little bit, so we're just going to take our knife and just kind of glide it through there. So I like to leave about a 1/4 inch of fat on mine, on the bottom. Alright. See how we're making that? It doesn't have to be pretty again, guys, because again, we're not doing backyard bar. We're just doing backyard barbecue. We're not doing comps. Ooh, shit. Ooh. Alright. Got a little bit off the point there. And this is the point again. So we're just going to take a little bit off that because it is hard. Just like so. Just trimming it up. Alright. I mean, really, to me, guys, that's like right here. To this the way that is, I'm going to take some of that off because it's just there. Not good, but I mean, other than that, come in here and take a little bit of this off. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I'm going to do on this brisket. as far as trimming fat. I mean, because really, truthfully, I might come right here because it's kind of hard. And take some of that off. Come right here and take a little bit of this off. Now, I mean, if you have darker spots in your fat cap, gray or anything like that, go ahead and trim that off. But, I mean, like I said, we're not doing competition barbecue here, guys, so that looks pretty good. Yep. Now, what I am going to do here, guys, is I am going to come in here a little bit, and I'm going to try to round this off just a tad. The whole reason I'm going to do that is because it'll burn during the cook. So you want to try to make it as little bit of aerodynamic as you can. So see, that kind of smooths it out. Alright.
So I'm going to come around right here and just kind of trim that off just a tad. Alright. I'm pretty happy with this trim on this brisket, guys. Alright, let me bring you back for my final thoughts on that. I hope that you found my brisket trimming to be helpful. I hope it was easy for you to follow. Listen, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, please. Consider hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification to let you know when I release new videos. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. This is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 on how I inject my brisket and season it. See you then.